In this example, we will study explicit intents. So explicit intents are nothing but a way you can move from one screen to another within your app. So if you want to go outside your app, then you need to use implicit intents. But in this case, we are going to discuss explicit intent. So the app that you're seeing on your screen right now is a simple app. It has got four buttons. And if I click on the first button, then I am taken to the black screen. Then this is pink screen, orange or reddish screen, and this is the blue screen, right? So let's see how you can do this in your Android Studio. So this is the main activity and this is the layout, activity underscore main. Let me take you to the layout. This is the layout. So it's a grid layout. This is not linear layout, this is grid layout. Grid layout takes care of layouts which have rows and columns. So as you can see here, I have defined column span and row span. So this basically means that there are two columns and two rows in this grid layout. And then there is this button here, which is a simple button. I have not used wrap content here. I've used width height as 80 dp each, and then the column and row is 0 0. This basically means that I'm talking about the zeroth column and zeroth row. If you don't know about this, let me tell you, in matrix or in rows and column format, the first will be 0 comma 0, this is 0 comma 1, this is 1 comma 0 and 1 comma 1, because this entire row is 0th row and this is first row. Similarly, this is 0th column and first column, so this will be 1 comma 1, this is 1 comma 0, 0 comma 0 and 0 comma 1. So now let's go and start coding. Each button is simple, like I said, 80 dp column and row I have mentioned here, and then there is this color, background color. So in this case I've used the color file which is present here, this file, and on click is equal to button 2. So this means that whenever you click on this button, then button 2 method will be called. A simple thing is there, this is the name of the method which gets called when you click on the first button, and the button will basically run this code. Intent is a class, I1 is an object, new intent, this is a constructor of intent, and what I've done here is this comma a dot class. So this means we are right now in the main activity, the current instance of the main activity, comma a dot class, and start activity I1. This will fire the intent and we will be taken to the next screen. Now, what is this a dot class? These are classes that I have made, which you can see here. So if I go to a particular class, you can see that so once this intent gets fired, you will be taken to this class, a dot class, right? So in a dot class, it's basically an activity only. Class A extends app compact activity, and in its on create method we are setting another layout, which is activity underscore a. Now activity underscore a looks like this. It is just a simple linear layout with background as 6 times 0 hash code, hex code, sorry. So this means that the background will be black. So any color on this planet has got a hex code. You can define it in hex code. This is a.java, and then you have activity underscore b. This is the same, the color, second button color, which is color accent from the color file. So that's how this thing works, main activity, and all the buttons are working in the similar fashion, right? So this is how the app has been developed. And now let me now introduce something else here now. Let us also send something else with this intent. So by now this intent is just plain intent which takes you from one screen to another screen. But if I were to put an extra here and basically load this intent with some kind of value, a string value, then screen one, then let's see what happens. All right, so I am going to load values in this intent. Load values means that in Java terminology I would say that calling the I'm calling put extra method on the intent objects, and so this is how you can send data. All right, put extra is just a method, and this takes the first has to be a string. Now obviously there are a lot of other other versions of this method. It's not like only one version is there. So if I want, I can also call i3 dot put extra. As you can see, put extra has a lot of variations, right? So it has different variations, but we have used only one method here, and that is the first one has to be a key, which is a string, and the second one is again a key, sorry, a string, right? So this is the data that we want to send across, right? Finally, for the fourth screen, so now let me go to the individual screens here and start accepting data which is going to come from the first activity. So how you do that is you call a bundle object, rather you make a bundle object and write get intent dot, sorry, get intent dot get extras, and after that you write, you make a string here, string a is equal to, let me name this as bundle. So a is equal to bundle dot get string, and I'll put the key here. Just make sure the key is same as you had put earlier, uh, because otherwise this will not show up properly, as in this will not be able to really fetch the data from the key. So sorry, a is what we want to display in the toast message. So if you can guess it by now, so when now this screen will open, you will see that there will be a toast message which will get generated, right? So let me run this again, and let's see how does it work now. Yeah, so this is the first screen, and when I click on this, I get screen 1, right? Now similarly I can do this for rest of the buttons, and I will get the toast messages. Just to revise it once again, I'll take example for only first button. So what I did here was, when the user clicks on this button, we created an intent object I1, and we told that you need to go to a dot class, which is fine. And then you said that, all right, I'm going to call a method called as put extra here, and the key of the method is sorry, the key of this extra is key 1, and the data that you want to send is screen 1 string, right? Then you went to this a.java, and you inside the on create method, please understand that if you want the user to see this toast message as they open the app, sorry, as the screen a gets opened, you have to make sure that the you put these three lines inside the on create method. So we created a bundle class object. Bundle is a class which takes care of such key value pairs, wherein you are giving a key here, key 1, and value is also being delivered. So get intent will basically fetch the intent which brought the user to this screen, and then you call get extras on it. So this will give bundle object all the extras that came with this intent. After that, we use a string a, bundle dot get string. This is the same object. We call a method get string here, provide the key. This is the same key which was here, this key 1. All right, and after that we just use the toast message to display this message. That's it. This was explicit intent, which also talked about how to send data across the screens. Thank you so much, and please subscribe to the channel.